do you think depression is a choice? That's a very controversial sort of statement.
That is, and I think you can expand quite a lot in that.
Yeah, and I don't mean to offend anyone at all, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are suffering from severe depression, and for them it might not be a choice. Yes. What you say, my people? Welcome back to the After 5 Club. Hope you all have an amazing day wherever you're tuning from. As always, guys, thank you so much for your love and support. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and let us know what you think in the comments down below. Also follow us on TikTok and Instagram and Spotify as well. Guys, I got an announcement to make quickly. Mashallah, the moon's been sighted today.
Oh really?
The moon's been sighted today,
bro. That's sick, bro. Yeah,
it's right here, right next to us.
Shit. Yeah, I see it, bro. I see it. Yeah.
It's Eid tomorrow.
For all the guys that don't know, mashallah, brother Saqib's back from Umrah.
That's one. Yes.
Yeah. How was the trip, bro?
Alhamdulillah, bro.
Good, yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Did you
Very
enjoy
nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it a lot.
Mm.
Feel like a newborn baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Feel
really
good, bro. Feel good. Yeah.
Did you make a dua for us? Did you make dua for the people home?
I made dua for everyone that I could think of.
And our subscribers, the 100 of them.
Yeah, bro. I made dua for everyone, bro. I made dua for everyone. Obviously there's the generic duas and then there's the specific ones. So yeah.
No, it's good, man. Inshallah, I want to go soon as well, man.
Inshallah, man.
Yeah.
And I made dua that maybe you guys will go sometime very soon.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Again,
Inshallah.
obviously. I know you guys have been before, but yeah.
How's it about you? How you been?
Same old, man. Time just flies by. We're near the end of the year, and it's just the same thing over and over again. The grind never stops.
Never stops.
You know. But yeah.
I've got some annual leave booked soon, man, so I can't wait.
What you doing?
Leave.
You're going Belgium, aren't you?
I am going Belgium.
Are you going there?
I'm going Belgium.
Belgium?
I'm going Belgium.
Are you sure, bro?
I'm going Belgium, bro.
Oh, where are you?
I'm going Belgium with him.
You're going Belgium with him? Okay, right. Oh, okay, cool. That sounds good, bro. Right, that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah. The annual leave coming soon, man. Can't wait for that.
Which part of Belgium?
Brussels.
Brussels, yeah? Okay, what about you?
We're going
Together. So what you guys plan to do there?
Do you know what? It was cheap. It was a cheap flight.
Yeah.
Belgian chocolate.
right. Is that a place, is it? Or
No, I'm just going to go tell Belgian chocolate.
Belgian chocolate?
Yeah.
You can pick it up from Tesco as well, by the way.
I'll bring some back for you, don't worry.
Oh, nice one.
I'll bring some
And
back.
some crepes, yeah? Okay, cool. Nice one.
That's your fluent waste, man. Alright, guys. I got a good episode for you guys today, The thought process behind this one is, let me just tell you guys what the episode is about. It's about having an honest conversation about men. So in my mind, or in my thoughts, I was like, you know what? I was thinking back to like decades ago and centuries ago, yeah, how men used to be, right? And I compare them to how they are now, and I'm like, oh, there's a clear contrast in how men are now compared to how they used to be centuries ago, 100 years ago. So I wanted to have an honest conversation about how we can sort of give advice to men watching, because this channel is about giving advice, you know, being good role models, and as men building a community that we can sort of strive forward and sort of, you know, create a sort of community where we can learn off each other and, you know, talk about each other's.
It's just sharing our thoughts, our opinions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
And I think it's not just about, oh yes, this is how you can make a lot of money and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's more about being the best version of yourself.
100%.
Yeah.
That's more important.
Yeah.
And you can get twisted between the two.
Yeah, I mean, if you do think about it, like a lot of the times when you think about people back then, men back then, it's to be strong people, strong leaders, you know, good role models. And honestly, I'll be honest, I struggle to find that nowadays in the current climate. I struggle to find good role models out there.
So bro, I've been your role model for ages, bro. Come on, G.
Role model.
Yeah. You know that, bro. You know that.
Nah, yeah. So I wanted to sort of talk about certain things that we can sort of all improve on, and this is a reminder to ourselves before we sort of speak on any advice. You know, we're not perfect. We're here to grow together. We're here to improve, become a good person, be the best version of ourselves, improve every day, and grow together. Basically.
Yes, yes.
100%. But P.S. I'm not gonna lie. My role model is you, bro.
No, I
Can't lie.
appreciate that, bro. I know. I was answers for ages, and now
Nice.
yours as well. So I
Switched.
totally get that.
How was your my role model, bro?
Oh, I like that one. That's why we're going Belgium together.
Hope you guys enjoy your trip, man.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for the invite.
Bro, he's come right home, right?
Yeah. So.
So what's wrong with that? Why can't I go there?
No, we just thought logistics, innit? We thought, you know what, he's gonna be tired, and
And
just
you
like,
probably
know,
use
thinking
all your
about you,
annual
innit?
leave
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
every single episode we do is always I had annual leave.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
So there's only so much.
We're
annual
thinking
leave we
about
have.
you, innit? Come on, man. But we'll bring you back some Belgian chocolates.
Yeah. From
Crepes,
Tesco.
crepes, bro.
Crimps, duty free. Not even in Belgium.
Right, I guess let's
Alright,
get
come on,
cracking,
let's
get
crack
cracking.
on.
Let's go.
Right. So, the first advice, I'm gonna go through the points here. These are in no particular order. We're gonna go through them and we're just quickly gonna talk about them. Yeah.
Yes.
So the first one I got is, how do men tackle depression? Because we're seeing a lot of people fall into depression now. I'm not sure if people back in the day used to call it depression. That's the thing, isn't it? Like back in the day, did people be depressed? Like, or were people depressed? Like,
I think the term depression was just not recognized.
Yeah.
it just
Back
wasn't.
then.
Yeah, it just wasn't.
Yeah,
a
it
thing,
just
innit?
wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a 21st century thing, or like, you know, people are just sort of picking up on these terms, and you know, the more you learn about it, and then there's more studies about it, you know, that obviously has an impact and in the way people think.
Yeah.
And you know, once you get the label of being depressed, you start behaving as though you're depressed as well. So it's like a vicious cycle. So it's hard to get out of it once you are depressed, and especially once you mentally accept you're depressed, then there's no coming out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, as in it's because you've already mentally accepted it, and then you don't want to. I don't know. Like, as in, you know, you find your comfort in being depressed.
But I don't think it was highlighted back in the day, though, was it?
No, it wasn't.
I don't think it was highlighted. I think people did still go through depression, but I just don't think it was a massive thing where it is now. You know
I
what
think it was looked down upon. I think that was one of the big factors. I think back then, if for men as well, if you show that you've got some sort of problems or you're going through issues and stuff,
Seen as weak.
It's seen as weak. And back then, a lot of people were strong, and that was the norm. That's what a man's goal is, to be strong. Now it's kind of changed, and
Because you get two types of depression, yeah. So you get seasonal depression, which is comes and goes. Then you get clinically diagnosed depression as well, which is you have
Medically.
Yeah.
But what is a seasonal depression, bro?
Yeah.
Seasonal depression, it just comes and goes, isn't it? Like, you might feel depressed for a moment or a day or two. Or
Does that actually apply to men, or does that just apply to women?
everyone? Apply to everyone. Not just women, bro. Why do you say women, bro?
Because that's a little bit more seasonal, isn't it? Like,
Nah, man. Seasonal as in, like, it just comes and goes, isn't it? Like, for example, yeah. Like,
bipolar, bro. Sorry.
bipolar.
That's like bipolar, bro. That's like a bipolar movement.
No,
Like,
man. The bipolar is a switching mood, isn't it?
yeah. So what's the
Seasonal
season?
depression, like, you might feel depressed
you
for
have
like
low moments.
low moments for like a day, maybe a week, maybe something like that.
I wouldn't even label it as depression. I just feel like, look, we're all human.
Yeah.
Everyone has low days. Why label it as depression? Just know that you're going for a low stage. It's gonna go back up. Take your time, chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, everyone's situation is different. Some people might not be able to handle it. They're not used to it. So it's difficult. But seasonal depression, I think, is just a fancy word of saying when you're just having a rough time. And
Yeah, but I definitely think it is a thing, though. Everyone
it
feels
is,
depressed, man.
Everyone. That's
It could be a minor thing as well. You
Yeah,
might just
yeah.
have a bad day and you might just feel depressed for like a day or two. But then after a couple of days, you're fine. Not even a couple of days, maybe the next day even you're fine. But that leads on to my next question. Do you think depression is a choice? That's a very controversial sort of statement.
That
yeah.
is, and I think you can expand quite a lot in that.
Yeah, and I don't mean to offend anyone at all, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are suffering from severe depression, and for them it might not be a choice. For them, it's like a permanent thing for them.
Hobbs, do you want to start? Because I've got lots to say there.
I think depression is I think every single person goes through it at one stage in their life. And I think it's not something where it's very rare. You know how before it was like, oh, this person is depressed, something is wrong. I feel like mental health, it links with mental health. And I think sometimes you're not always on a high. No one's always happy. Even if you're in a marriage or anything in general in life, like you're always going to have low moments.
Yeah.
So I don't like the word depression because it kind of forces you to, it allows you, okay, I'm depressed now. This is what the word is. I'm going to go with the rhythm of depression, if that makes sense. If the word depression didn't exist, you're not going to feel comfortable when you do feel low. And I think that's one element of it. Now,
The reason why I say it's a choice, let me give you a scenario, right? So like, I know this is a very like deep sort of example, but like if you lose a family member, someone close to you, right? You're obviously naturally going to feel depressed, and that's not a choice.
Isn't that grief?
You know what I mean? That is grief, but it's a form of depression as well, isn't it? Because you're in that low state, aren't you? And that's not a choice at all. Like, you're gonna feel that. Anyone's gonna feel that. So you lose someone close to you, you're gonna feel that. That initial moment of depression is natural. It's gonna come to everyone. But after that, what you do after that is a choice. You can let yourself spiral into a mood of constant depression, or you can make steps for you to get out of that depression. You know what I mean? It's a choice. It's
Totally,
a constant choice.
100%.
You know
I
what
totally agree, bro.
It's a constant choice.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was gonna say. In other words, basically that, I think yeah, depression is a choice. You know, it depends. For example, in each and every example, I mean, we can talk about someone who's died close to you, or you know, it's about how much. For example, the best way to control that aspect is if you know you're quite a sensitive person, and you just need to limit how mentally attached you're going to become to an individual, whether that be your mother, whether that be your child, your sibling, or whoever, or even your partner. You know, if you always have it in the back of your head that someday I'm going to lose this person, then that way you're mentally a little bit more prepared.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I think, but that's just one example. But then likewise, there's other situations where, for example, I don't know, as in like, for example, you're married, and I mean, listen, most men who are depressed, because of it is because of relationships. So for example, if it's relationship problems or domestic issues or whatever, it's more about how much you're stressed by the situation. So it's about having a don't give a fuck attitude. Sorry, I know I swore, but yeah, basically, I think that's the best way to protect yourself. You know, having a don't give a crap attitude. That is the best way, and I know it's selfish, but sometimes you have to be selfish in order to protect yourself. Men are not designed to be overthinkers.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
But I think the way the society has directed men, men are now becoming more and more sensitive as the years are going past.
Because you're seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
You're seeing it on TV, you're seeing it on social media. You're open up, guys. Open up. You know, it's okay to open up. It's okay to show your feelings.
And this is exactly what the media, what everyone's trying to promote. That basically men should be a little bit more sensitive. Men should be a little bit over caring, and you know, if you're not caring, then you know what sort of man is that, and this, that, blah blah blah. And you know, everything that's manly is perceived very negatively now, right? So now you have to have that feminine touch, otherwise you're not a nice man. That's the way I see
agree.
it.
That's so good. I didn't think of it as in that angle, but yeah, it's true.
You get labelled as cold.
Yeah.
You get labelled as, you know, not you ain't got a heart sort of thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah, it's a very sensitive topic because I know, like I said, there's many men out there that are struggling with depression.
Yeah.
But one point I want to raise is obviously in our religion, we're taught that sense of helplessness, a sense of hopelessness in when you are in depression you kind of don't need that. If you do turn to religion, if you do turn to God, right? We believe that God can get you out of any sort of situation.
Yeah, totally agree.
You falling into depression is basically accepting that my life isn't gonna get any better. You know, why me sort of thing. You're blaming why is God giving me this sort of situation? Why am I in this situation? And obviously we're taught that, yeah, you know, God can change anything around. So,
Bro, you know what? A good example would be when men become deeply heartbroken. Yeah. There's two main categories that fall under, right? Once they're in that depressed mode, one is either going to be turn into religion, and they're going to become extreme into religion to the point where basically they're going to have tunnel vision and they're not going to be able to focus on other things.
And it's not long lasting.
Or then it's going to be where basically they start going towards drugs, alcohol, because they're not coping. So I think it's just about training your mind before you even get to that stage, because men are vulnerable. It's a fact. Men are vulnerable, right? So it's just about training your mind and being prepared for the worst situation and thinking of all possible situations that may possibly arise.
Yeah,
that's all, and just being prepared for those.
100%. 100%. But you touched on a point as well. Like obviously, when you do lose a loved one, you sort of have to mentally prepare that you have to one day let them go.
Yeah,
and that's another piece of advice for all men, even women actually. You're gonna have to experience that loss.
Yeah.
You know, and if you in an early stage, if you're in a young age, if you actually mentally prepare yourself,
it helps.
When the time comes, you know, you're well equipped for you to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know, because we all have to face it one day, you know.
Bro, you know what? Look, I'm not going to ask you guys this question, right? But a typical question for the audience, would be, especially for those who've been newly married or 2-3 years down the line, they're newly married and they're in that lovey-dovey stage and whatnot in their relationship. The question is, if your partner was to die, will you guys get married again? Most people will be like, no, in the first instance. Give it a couple of years, mate. Give it a couple of years. You will get married. If you don't, then that's how you know you're depressed. You know, life goes on. You know, you can't just stay in that depressed bubble and, you know, allow yourself to remain in that vicious cycle.
Yeah.
You have to allow yourself to open up, because yes, you had a dark cloud over your head. That every dark cloud ends up moving on, right? But if you're going to start following that cloud, then it's always going to stay over your head. Do you know what I mean? So it's just about yourself just getting out that stage. Yeah.
Right, let's move on to the next topic. This one's an interesting one, boys.
Go on, lads.
Men need to start watching porn. I'm going to say it straight, bro. It's
I
a big
agree.
one, man. It's a big one,
It
man.
is. And it's something that, you know, it's a very taboo thing to talk about. But at the end of the day, we know what's going around with social media and everything. It's even more prevalent, and it showcases a lot more of that side. And it's something that no one should be ashamed to talk about, because there are people out there that are actually struggling, or they're in a cycle, or they're having issues, or sometimes it causes or it adds to depression as well, linking to depression. So there's so much stuff. But yeah, answer.
No, the thing is, I had to run it past you guys because it's one of those topics. Obviously, it's an uncomfortable topic in it to talk about. But look, we're here to keep it real, man. You know what I mean? It's a big sort of problem in the men's sphere right now, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know, innit? Listen, a lot of men struggle with this. And obviously they're struggling silently. They're suffering silently, and they probably don't want to air out their sort of problems in this realm. But it is a problem, and we do need to address it.
And I think a lot of people don't even actually realize how harmful the effects it actually has, because, you know, it's so easily accessible and it's seen as such normal thing to do, but we know the effects that it could have long term. You know,
what are the effects?
So much stuff in terms of your focus, you know, the hormone levels in your body, and all of these things. It does affect you. You go through more of a down stage. You're more prone to your mental health being affected, expectation versus reality. So much things I think we can talk about.
The thing is, we're all in agreement here that one of the biggest thing that men struggle with is their sexual urges. Right, we're all in agreement. That's one of our biggest weakness, right? You know what they're saying, like men don't think with their brain, they think with their, you know what I'm saying?
With the what? Sorry,
with their thing in it, with the winky.
God, bro. Yeah,
we're all in agreement. It's a big weakness in men, and obviously that dictates what men are actually doing when it comes to this, innit? And like you said, Hobbs, it has many side effects. Like there's a lot of drawbacks in watching it. So if we can address it and work on it and completely cut it out of our lives, it has many benefits, right? For example, I'll give you one. All right, if you're watching it, you're gonna have like sexual problems, man. If you're married, it's gonna cause problems in your marriage. You're gonna have certain expectations, right? What you're watching it's not gonna be transferred into real life, innit? You know what I'm saying?
They're all actors. They're all actors, like, do you know what I mean? So
it's a fantasy, man.
Yeah,
it's a fantasy.
Like, we realize this, but imagine you're a child, or you're in that stage, child to teen, that kind of stage, where you're very innocent in that sense. You haven't matured in life, and if you are watching these sort of things, instantly you're gonna feel like this is real. This is the real world. This is how it is, and this is what it's meant to be, and that's the real problem. It's at a young age.
And then also what it does is men become very awkward around women as well. They become perverts.
I think men are always perverts, bro.
Listen, when men watch this, they're gonna be extra perverts, man. Like, they become so like socially awkward with women. They don't know how to speak to women. When they see women, they're gonna be like, all they're having is like these weird thoughts in their head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
it's true.
Listen,
it's true.
To strip it all back, yeah, we have to desexualize our brain, right? Because from our young age, all we're seeing like in cartoons,
Of everything is sexualized.
on social media,
Everything.
in
Music videos.
videos.
It's everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
true.
I feel like you don't
There's
even
literally
need to,
no getting away from it, though, isn't it?
No.
and
It's like,
you don't even need to watch pornography to get those same bad effects when watching something else. It's like music videos and all of these things. And let's be honest, it's not just recent. Even when we were young, when you're watching like Akon or like their music videos and stuff, at that time
it's
you're
so
young,
true.
but it's so like, damn.
So it doesn't help that, like, if you're gonna be watching this, it causes problems in your marriage in terms of intimacy, right? Because one is clinically proven that it causes erectile dysfunction, right? First of all, also causes premature ejaculation. That's proven, right? Because what you're watching is not real life, of course. So you're having expectations when you're taking it into your marriage, right? So that's a red flag right there, right? And then also, bro, just imagine for a second, yeah. Can I just for everyone that watches it, yeah. let me just say this here, right? You're watching someone, or you're watching a couple,
yeah.
Doing their business.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that in a specific, like, as in a real life point of view. You know how how
Yeah,
stupid that sounds.
I know,
innit?
no, yeah.
You're basically,
100%.
you're basically a pervert. Basically.
I'm just saying, you're. No, it's true though, isn't it? It's like you're getting excited over looking at others,
So
right?
how do we tackle it? How do we tackle it? How do men sort of?
Bruv, men are too weak in that sense, isn't it?
This is
it's a
the
fact.
point I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
bro,
big weakness.
Bruv,
in
listen,
it.
listen. All I'm gonna say is, we can have this conversation. We can have this conversation. And yes, you're 100% right. Yeah, ideally, yeah. We want to make the point. Stop watching porn, right? But the fact is, bruv, people would watch us say this, and they're gonna be like, "We know that's right.
We're still gonna continue.
We're still gonna continue it undercover."
Now, I hear you, man. Times have changed. And
Times have changed,
and it's
this.
when you talk about
That's-
sexualizing society,
Yeah,
it's hyper sexualized now.
it's super.
It's
Yeah,
hyper
yeah.
sexualized.
It puts too much pressure.
And bruv, it's not just that. I mean, bruv, we can even go on to OnlyFans as well. Like, that's just another aspect. Like, bro, there's one thing being explicitly open, and like, for example, things being out in the open, and having content available. There's tons of content available, but now there's also subscriptions, right? For like certain people, certain individuals. And that could even be like certain fetishes. And it just makes you think like, oh, mate, it is just grim, innit? Like, as in, and the fact is, these certain individuals who are selling these clips, they don't even feel ashamed of it. It's
That's what I'm saying.
it's something to be proud of
That's
for
what I was
them.
about to say, man. There's no shame now, man.
No,
There's
that's what I
absolutely
mean.
No
That's
shame
what I mean.
now, man. People are just doing it out in the open.
But-
It's too normalized now.
But who's promoting it? Who's promoting that? It's men who are watching it. They're the
Men are
ones.
consuming it.
Yeah,
Men are and it goes down to the point that if you take away the demand,
Yeah.
the supply is going to stop.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? And we
yeah.
have to, let's be honest, we have to blame ourselves on this one.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's,
You know what I mean? You can sit there and blame women for all you want, and of course, obviously, they have to take their blame as well. But ultimately, it's down on us because men are the ones that are consuming it, right? If magically one day, if all men woke up one day and said, "You know what? I'm not watching this." Like all men, I said, "You know what? I'm not watching this." Do you think women are going to continue like providing content? Of course not.
It's true.
You know what
It's
I mean?
true.
So we have to look at ourselves, man.
Bro,
We have
I
to
just
look at
remember, newly joining TikTok, and you know how on TikTok, like girls they just post anything and randomly, and bruv, the amount of like men who comment and follow that and promote that stuff and try to encourage, yes, one more clip of this, that, whatnot type thing, right, and try like talking a little bit dirty in the comments. Yes, for them it's just a laugh. But those laughs are the things that are promoting another second video, a third video, a fourth video. Like my point is that men are. You know, I just don't think we're gonna be able to change that.
100%.
I'd love to be able to change that, but I just don't think.
I think, yeah.
But this is the thing though, like when porn creates like these kind of men though. This is the thing though, it creates these kind of men. Those kind of men that just sit behind a computer screen and ain't got anything better to do. Understand? And this is the culture that's being created from this.
100%.
Yeah.
Understand?
The sad thing is as well, and the reason why it's happening a lot more often and it's a lot more difficult for people to stop or whatever is because it's everywhere now. It's anything you do when you're walking to work, a billboard, you know, or something, or you're on TikTok, as you were saying, or Instagram. You're scrolling through, boom, it pops up, and you're just like, what? And then, in terms of the question is, okay, how can we kind of reduce people using or watching pornography and things like that? For me, it's going to be so difficult, but I think you start off with education, and education is important because I'll be honest, a lot of people don't know and they don't realize that the harm it's causing you. You lose your focus, you're not as assertive, so many different things. That's one thing. And I think another thing is how we were talking about it, like especially in a Desi household and a culture, bro, it's embarrassing talking about. Who ever talks about this ever? You never talk about these kind of things. It's taboo. Like even sitting here and speaking on a podcast, I'm feeling slightly uncomfortable. Because the truth is, it's something that we're just not used to talking about.
And in all honesty, I'm just gonna put out a disclaimer to everyone, just on the screen, that prior to us starting this podcast, Ansa did mention to us that we're going to touch on this topic, and we all expressed how this is quite an uncomfortable topic for us to talk about, especially considering our cultural backgrounds. But yeah, I think to be fair, in all honesty, the topic can be expanded so deep, but obviously there's only so much we would want to talk about right now.
But I do think, just to finally add a last point to that, is in terms of educating your children. So when at a young age, you know, obviously don't be so explicit, but say it in a way where it's child friendly, but just teach them that watching things that's not good for you should avoid and stuff. When you can involve that in and integrate that with your children, then when they do get that teenage years and stuff, hopefully they listen to you and, you know, they remember those moments and that the things that you're telling them.
And you can stop. Listen, you can stop. It's not like a thing that you can't stop. It is something that you can control.
Yeah, but I think from what
It's a choice.
It's a choice. It's a choice, but there's also addicts out there as well. There's people who get addicted to that, and they don't know, like, as in, you know, when it becomes like a routine, they don't know how to get away from it.
And they don't even
realize that's all that's on their mind. Do you know what I mean? And before you know it, they're just like being lazy bums at home and like not doing anything else. Literally,
we have to discipline ourselves. You have to create sort of certain things that to do just to sort of help yourself.
I think the most important message over here is that life is far more important than just sitting behind the screen and, you know, just have a self-reflection. Just spend 2 minutes and just reflect on yourself and just think to yourself, you know what, is this what my life is?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and actually think to yourself that, you know what, this is actually, realistically, this is far too degrading on yourself as a human being.
Exactly, man.
Have some pride.
Respect
have some
yourself,
honor.
man. Respect yourself.
Exactly. And discipline as well. Like for me, I would say you know, if you're in that situation and you're trying to get away with it, see it as a test. Just see it as, okay, you know what, you know, I'm gonna wait until I'm married,
Yeah.
right? And this is the test now, up until that marriage stage.
Yeah.
Like, just see, you know, be disciplined. It's all it's discipline, but awareness is very important. Because I know a lot of people who, because it's very taboo to talk about, no one knows the consequences he actually has.
I mean, look. At the end of the day, yeah, we all realize as men, right? There's certain, like, you know, desires, right? Men obviously have a higher drive as well. Yeah, let's be real. And this is why look, you know, as in, bro, look, to be honest, yeah, I don't mean to like bring religion into it, yeah. But you know, obviously, this I'm not saying getting married for the one thing only, right? But you know, even your religion also says as well, you know, get married at a young age, so you don't, you know, it to some extent it prevents you from doing haram.
The worldly
But
desires.
obviously, of course, that shouldn't be the only reason why you get married. Obviously, learn more about it, and you know, get married for the right reasons as well.
There's certain things you can obviously do to sort of help the cause as well. Like obviously you can take like, you can fast, you know, you can fast every couple of days. That helps as well. Taking cold showers,
Going to the gym.
Going to the gym, keep yourself occupied, keep yourself
That's
busy.
it. Keep
Yeah,
yourself
yeah.
busy.
And obviously a lot of the time people are doing it because they just ain't got anything else to do. So keep yourself busy, keep your mind occupied, and obviously, you know, just make that intention to stop, and you will get there, man.
Because the biggest excuse you hear is there's not, you know, people saying, I'm so bored with my life, there's nothing to do, this. But really and truly, there's always something to do, even when there's nothing to do.
Yeah. And
find
what,
something.
What
to
it
do.
does see, it creates like a black spot in your brain, in your mind, and it's permanently gonna be there. And every time you watch it, it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like a disease, man.
It's a habit.
It's a disease, man.
And a habit. So when you are doing it once, whatever, and you're doing it now consistently, you formed a habit. And any habit you form doesn't like, not necessarily all just like smoking and stuff, but even eating too much junk food and stuff is a habit.
Yeah.
It's so hard to break a habit. And
Bro,
that's what it is.
as humans, we're designed to get addicted to pretty much anything. Anything
That's
and
how
everything.
brain works.
Yeah. So it's just about breaking your habits and trying to, you know, do. Bro, I'd even say play Sudoku, man. Do you know what I mean?
Look, anything.
As
listen,
in anything.
What
Just
it does,
exercise your mind in other ways.
That's it.
What it
Basically.
does, it gives you that dopamine boost,
Yeah.
To replace that dopamine boost with something else. Go to the
That's
gym, like you know, do something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
Just look. All jokes aside, we can fight it. It's just about creating that intention and making that choice, and you'll get there, man.
And discipline.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Perfect.
Alright, guys, moving on. Dressing smart. What do you think about dressing smart?
What is smart now, bro?
This is the thing that I was gonna say. Listen, whatever your style is, rock it, man. Rock it. Whether you're into suits, whether you're into shirts and ties and trousers, or if you're into like just cargos and t-shirts, whatever it is, just rock it, man. But just rock it well.
But I completely agree with that. Do you feel like sometimes, well, it works with me, you know, when you wear smart, you're naturally got that boost in
That
you,
aura in it.
that
Yeah,
confidence
yeah,
boost,
yeah.
and you come across a lot better in situations. Like,
100%.
for example, if I'm in a situation and it's something to do with business or something, I wouldn't like be wearing trackies and a hoodie, because even though I'll probably still get the same points across, you just got that confidence in you. It's confidence building, and you just feel like.
Do you not realize, how you dress, that's how your body language changes accordingly as well. So it's amazing, man. Like, I mean, to be fair, it's nowadays getting a little bit confusing, man. Like smart coats with like a hoodie underneath and all that sort of stuff, and wearing trainers and with something which you'd normally wear over a suit or something like that. Like it's getting really, really confusing, but. That's also fashion as well.
Yeah, whatever you're confident in, whatever makes you confident, wear it. Wear it.
Yeah, in all honesty, there's no right or wrong here. It's just about having self confidence and, you know, practicing it, man. You know, just cracking on with it and just own it.
Because recently, like at work, I've been dressing a bit more smart, and what that does, you kind of respect yourself more. Also, the people around you respect you more as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It creates that sort of environment where you're so confident in yourself. Because with me, like I was dressing like I was wearing t-shirts.
Yeah, I remember you, man. You're like proper lullu, man.
I know, man.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm a proper lalu now. Nah, it crazy, you know, because I used to wear like t-shirts and that.
Yeah.
And like, there was no separation between what I used to wear outside of work and at work, and that creates a big difference as well. For example, like even if like, for example, if you go to like a law firm, right?
Yeah.
If someone's wearing like t-shirt and cargos, yeah, how confident are you that this person's gonna help you out?
100%. 100%. It's so true.
Against rather if this person wearing a suit and tie,
Yeah.
the person will come across as like, yeah, he's actually gonna sort me out here.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, innit?
Bro,
So-
you go to BMW, yeah, BMW showrooms, for example. Bro, half of them are like 18, 19-year-old, yeah.
Suited and booted.
They ain't got no clue of customer services, right? But my point is, right, that basically just because they're wearing a suit, it, you know, as a customer, you feel a lot more confident in them.
It just depends on your situation.
Yeah.
I think you just have to learn how to adapt. But I was gonna say something as well, and it's funny because you know when some people they get into some money,
Yeah.
right, and they think money equals dress sense,
Yeah.
right, bro. You see them buying designer clothes and so many things, and it just doesn't look good. I don't know if you know, like I feel like even if you've got money or if you don't have money, like buying stuff that's not labeled or just not like designer, sometimes it's a better look.
Bro, if you're gonna get designer, get the good designers, innit?
Yeah, man.
Don't
Just
get the
get the
baggy stuff that's gonna
big-
make you look like
Yeah,
fucking Biggie or something, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, bro, to be honest, I'm going to be honest, yeah. It doesn't matter what you wear.
Exactly.
Right? It doesn't matter on the branding or anything. It's about how you pull it off.
100%.
Yeah.
Just about to say that.
So
as well.
I think, so
That's exactly my point. So just bro, he's just I just get the ick when I see someone just wearing head to toe everything branded. For me, it's a sign showing that you don't have that much money to be. You're just trying to cover it up. Like really and truly, when you have a lot of money, you don't bother about designers.
But yeah, just be confident in what you wear. Yeah, get yourself maybe a suit. Get yourself a suit.
100% you need
I'd
it.
advise it. A tailored suit as well.
Yes,
Tailored suit.
and the best
Bro,
option.
you know what the trouble is with that, yeah? I totally agree with that. Bro, most men's, bro,
it's not ironed.
bro, they keep changing the size, innit, bro?
This is it.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what?
A baggy suit is the worst. A baggy suit is the worst.
Every year, yeah. Like, isn't obviously, bro. As men, yeah, we end up going to like, I don't know. If you don't wear a suit to work, right? Which I don't, right? But if you don't wear a suit to work, right? The only times you're gonna wear it is on weddings or occasions or something like that, right?
It never fits.
And mate, those weddings they'll come up like once a year or something like that. Every year you're like thinking, oh shit. Now I need to go to next. Now I need to go to that. Now I need.
But doesn't that motivate you to start losing weight or anything? Because obviously, if you know there's a wedding coming up in a couple months here, and you try on this suit, you're like, oh man, it's too tight. You got a couple months to try and work on yourself. It motivates you to try and lose some weight or get into shape a little bit.
It does motivate you, but it doesn't happen though, does it? When you reach a certain age, then it just doesn't happen.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But
Do you know what's the worst? You know, with obviously Asian community, and it's probably anyone, like when you're close with the person getting married and stuff, you tend to have a dress code. So everyone wears the same, everyone's theme.
Yeah.
Like everyone wears the same colors.
Yeah.
The worst one is, right, because this over the last couple of years, there's so many weddings and every person's color is different. So you're having to buy new suits, but they're barter suits. They're like cream that you have to just wear for that function.
Yeah.
And that's the worst. Like if I look at my wardrobe, I've got so many suits, right? But I can never wear them because they're either all odd colors.
Yeah.
Like I got a cream one, and I got like makeup my sister's wedding, and you know when she
Yeah.
cries, and it's just all ruined, and it's cream,
Yeah.
and it's just like So
Yeah.
Fair enough. Cool. Moving on, guys. Next one, personal hygiene.
I
Very
think that's
important.
very,
Personal
very
hygiene.
important.
So
bro.
important, but it's so like neglected.
100%.
But a lot of men neglect this, you know.
Yeah.
And we're talking about like you know your usual body odor.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't groom themselves, bad breath. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. That's a very basic sort of point, but it's something that a lot of people just don't
100%.
have on point.
Men are just lazy. They don't want to take care of their own body and themselves. But I completely agree with you. However, it's very important to realize that for men, obviously, when you've got so many commitments and so many things, that's where the real test is. Because a lot of people, when their schedule is very, very busy, they tend to neglect that. but it's so important that you bring that part into your routine, because, correct me if I'm wrong, having good hygiene, and when you're involved in certain situations at work or meetings and stuff, it does take you somewhere. Like it's being presentable. It's like a qualification in a sense. Like really and truly, like you can have someone who's so educated, but they're not as presentable compared to someone who's presentable but not as educated. And a recruiter will always choose that person that's presentable and is a good look to their business. So I think hygiene is so important. Being presentable is even more important.
100%. It goes back to confidence as well, doesn't it?
100%.
If you make yourself more presentable and you focus on your appearance and you focus on how you look and stuff like that, it brings out a level of confidence that it wouldn't have if you weren't presentable.
Bro, I think fragrance makes a big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah, I think that makes.
But sometimes that's not
humongous
enough,
difference.
bro.
No,
It's not
you're
enough.
100% right. You're 100% right.
Some people's older. They live in
They need a shower, bro. They need a shower. They need a shower. They cover their BO with fragrance, and it's like you got to mix now. Like,
Can't mix it.
This smells nice. No, it's not nice. It's like, bro, like, come on, bro. You're confusing me,
Bro, so many times in the gym, yeah. I'm
they're-
working out,
yeah.
Bro, don't.
And then when they leave the sweat
BO.
marks on the machine.
The BO so
Bro,
bad.
I just remember going to that one of them budget gyms. Bro, it was with
Ilford,
you.
Ilford.
Yeah, it was with you, bro. Right, and literally, I remember on the pull-up machine. Do you remember that?
That was so weird, man.
Bro, the roof is like the ceiling is like so low, yeah. I'm like doing a pull-up. Every time going up, bro, I could just smell like all the men's dirty odor, and I'm just like, oh, bro, I can't do this, man.
Bro, heat rises, isn't it?
He rises, and all the men's dirty sweaty smell.
And the worst thing is, especially in the gym, the smell. It's like it's thick.
Bro, it's enough to make you just vomit on the spot,
yeah,
man.
yeah, it's nasty. It's nasty.
Yeah, man.
But I think, look, generally speaking, yeah, I think as humans, right, I'm not just gonna put it down to just men, yeah, right. But as humans, we naturally produce body odor, right? I think it's important to just have some self-discipline in which you just shower regularly, spray some perfumes, use antiperspirants, know what your body's like. Sorry, right? Know what your body's like. Obviously, some people perspirate a lot more than others, right? And therefore, then take the right precautions. You know what I mean? If you're using public transport and you know it's going to be a hot day, take a mini antiperspirant with you.
Trust
Mate, I remember. Yeah, I used to work in South Kensington years ago, and traveling from East London to South Kensington, it's a long journey, and especially during rush hours. It was absolutely terrible. Like, mate, this one guy, he's a tall guy, yeah, right, and he's holding the bar, yeah.
Oh, and you're under his arm.
I'm squashed at the bottom, yeah, and I'm like,
he's round his arm.
and bruv, he's wearing a loose t-shirt.
Oh.
He's wearing a loose t-shirt, right, and the window between the carriages is open, so all the wind is passing through, bruv. Right? And it's like coming straight into my lungs, yeah. And I'm literally breathing in his BO, and it's like attacking my bronchioles in my lungs, right? And I'm just like thinking, oh mate, I cannot do this, man. I cannot do this. Bro, in the end, I just looked at him. I just went,
This is it,
bro.
man.
I had to, bro. Like, it's a hot day. Why are you even doing that? Like,
Look, some people can't help it, yeah. Some people can't help it. But if you know you're like that, bro, come prepared, innit?
come prepared. That's what I mean.
Come prepared. Have like a deodorant in your pocket or something, in a bag or something, just in case you might need it.
Yeah.
And the truth is, bro, the best feeling is when someone compliments your smell. When someone says
100%.
the best feeling
You smell
ever.
nice.
What fragrance is that?
Yeah.
And you give that
100%.
response. Natural smell. Then whoa. Have to use that. I used that a couple of times. Yeah, it's just you have to act it off like normal.
Yeah.
What is that fragrance? Oh yeah, it's just my natural smell, man. Like, boom.
Well, you'd be surprised. A lot of people even neglect manscaping as well, man.
That's so important.
What's manscaping? Sorry.
Manscaping is like
Personal hygiene.
grooming,
Yeah.
grooming yourself,
Shaving.
and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
A lot
It's
of people
true,
neglect
it's
it,
true.
man. And that's another basic thing that men need to be doing, but people just neglect it. Keep on top of it, man. Like,
Keep on top of it. Yeah, no,
And
100%.
You know how, obviously, when we started this podcast, it's about getting out of the rat race,
Mm,
being
mm.
successful, being the best version of yourself. there is no formula. And I think one thing, as we're realizing when we're going through these podcasts, is that to be successful, or to get out of a rat race, or to be in a good position in your life, it's not about making dramatic changes. It's all these little things
Small
like
ones,
hygiene, you know, boosting your confidence, all of that, and it's a domino effect. Then once you do these, next thing you know, it's like within a period of time, you haven't done anything big, a big change in your life or nothing, and it's not like you're going through withdrawal symptoms. But the next thing you know, you're in such a great place, and it's like you can't even tell what led you to this place. And the reason is these little things that you're just doing on a daily basis and being consistent.
100%.
Yeah.
So keep up with your Manscaped.
That's it.
Manscaped.
That's it.
Sponsored
Sponsor
by
us, man.
Manscaped.
Come on, man. This would have been
Manscaped
perfect.
news sponsor.
You would have seen Saki right now demonstrating it and everything. It would have been amazing.
What about skincare? Are you guys into skincare?
Yeah,
I'm on and off. I try, but sometimes
I'm
I
on
try.
and off as
Online,
well.
man.
In all
Try.
honesty, there was a point where I was, and I was regularly sort of like
Exfoliating
and all that sort of stuff.
pH level, this, that.
Now all I just use is just face wash,
Yeah.
and maybe like once a week I'll do the exfoliation. It's not
It's a lot, man. I can't lie. It's a lot, man.
Don't forget the typical Asian astro cream.
Good one.
very good one. Yeah.
Nah,
come
bro.
on,
What do you
bro.
mean? Nah, you did it. You
Come
did it
on,
twice,
man.
bro. You deaded me off, bro. What do you mean? Nah, man. You did it like 5 minutes.
Bro, but this one wasn't even too bad. Don't forget the Astro cream.
Boys, next one. Moving on swiftly. This is a big one for me, actually.
Go
Get
for
yourself to the gym. When we talked about depression earlier, for me, a gym is something so important to me, and it sort of keeps me away from depression, because I've been seasonal depression. I've had seasonal depression.
I think everyone has.
Everyone has seasonal
Yeah, yeah.
depression. But for me, getting into the gym is something else, man. It's undescribable. I can't explain to you, man. Like, getting yourself in the gym, it just teaches you so many things. It teaches you self-discipline, showing up, you know. You tell yourself that, tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up early and get myself to the gym. Even though you don't want to, it's early morning, you're tired, you get yourself there. And obviously that's the biggest thing. Everyone knows that goes to the gym. Getting yourself into the gym is the hardest thing.
Once you're there,
100%. 100%. It's
and
not.
it's so fulfilling. You know, once you finish that workout, you found it difficult to wake up. You're still half sleepy. You're on the way to the gym. You're trying to put on some good music to motivate you. Now you enter the gym, so that's the hardest part done. You start your workout. You're getting happy because you're like, damn, an hour ago when I was trying to wake up, I feel like I didn't want to come. And then once you finish your workout, that feeling of, especially when you work out early in the morning, where people are still asleep and you've done your workout, that feeling of, I've completed something that I didn't want to do, and the day hasn't even started. Your whole day just becomes wicked. And another thing is, it's like therapy.
100%.
When you're in that moment, I don't know if I said it in a previous podcast, but for me, when I'm in the gym, it's that's where most of my ideas come. That's where I'm thinking about ideas. That's where my I feel the most open about making changes, and I feel so uplifted.
I think. Look, as human beings, it's not a big ask to dedicate an hour 3 times a week. It's really, really not a big ask. Yeah, an hour 3 times a week. No one's asking you to start doing full-on body lifting, right? There's no. In all honesty, your body doesn't necessarily need that either, right? Just a little bit of workout, keeping yourself fit and healthy. 3 hours a week is enough to keep you fit and healthy ongoingly, right? So, I think people who can't commit to that, in all honesty, I think it's quite shameful.
Do you know what? I think it's shameful to a point, but it is.
You're deep, bro.
Why are you laughing? I'm laughing because I'm guilty of it, right? And I'm the one who's chatting shit, right?
Mine goes shameful, bro. You're deep, bro. It's shameful, yeah.
It's shameful. I completely agree.
It's very shameful, bro.
Yeah. Do you know what doesn't help? What doesn't help is the fitness industry in general, because I've been through it, I've seen it, I've done it, and when you do your research in fitness, they think you have to think about your macros. You have to think about there's so much limitations, and it's like a job just to think about going to the gym. But for me, it's all about taking it at your own pace. 100%. Everyone's pace is different.
I think that's what I mean. It all depends on your goal
and your
right?
intention.
Because there's some people who go like 4 or 5 times a week, 6 times a week. There's some people who can go 7 days a week. And that's absolutely fine. Like, as in, if you've got the availability in your life and you've got nothing better to do, and then definitely do it. And some people even have to do, they give up that time in the time of the day to be able to go to the gym.
It comes down to dedication.
And it's dedication, right? So there's nothing wrong with that either. But then at the same time, there's other people who've got such busy lifestyles, right? They've got family commitments, they've got work, and they've got some people are doing free jobs just to support their family. So for them, that in itself can act as a gym. Just mental gym.
They're already tired, shattered.
So
but the point is, it's not actually the gym itself. It's just working out,
Yeah.
Even
Going
if you can't get yourself to the gym, exactly. Go for a walk, do a home workout, go for a jog.
Yeah.
Even if you're into sports, go play sports.
But 3 hours. This is what I'm saying. Give yourself a target, minimum 3 hours a week, right? So like 3 hours, 3 days. So 1 hour a day for 3 days.
Yeah.
In the week, and that's enough, man. That's literally enough. And you'd feel good about it. You'd feel good. You'd feel more energetic, mate. Look, as we said at the beginning of the podcast, I went Umrah, yeah. Now down there, mate, I looked at my iPhone, yeah, and I'm like going through my steps. I've walked a lot down there. Anyone who's been Umrah, they'd know, right, that there's a lot of walking involved. Now when I've come back, mate, I'm feeling so much more energetic. Like, bro, even for like prayers and stuff, yeah, like when I'm going down and
Don't
up,
that pain,
bro, it gets tiring after a little while, right? But now, I'm like jumping up, down, up. Do you know what I mean?
Your prayers are very quick now.
My prayers are quick. That's what I mean. So, yeah.
No, do you know what I like about the gym? Yeah, it's that feeling of that uncomfort. That feeling that you're pushing yourself to the max, right? And that uncomfortability that you're feeling, right? It sets you up, man.
Yeah.
It sets you up, because I don't think that anything like that will give you that feeling apart from in the gym, because you're pushing yourself to the limit. Pushing yourself to the limit, yeah? And that's sort of, you can take that into any sort of walk of life. Whether it's in business, whether it's in a relationship, whatever it is.
Yes.
That feeling that you understand that, I've got potential to reach past my limits.
Yeah.
Become a stronger person.
Bro, the thing is, I understand gym is very boring. I totally understand that. And if it's not gym, it doesn't have to be gym.
Exactly.
It could be even cycling. Yeah. If you enjoy cycling, like me personally, I used to love cycling. Right, there was a time where I used to cycle 3 hours a day, like on a regular. Right, while I was growing up, like as a teen, growing up all the way till I got my driving, till I done my driving, right? But mate, those years, mate, my legs were like strong, solid. Right now, obviously, I don't have a cycle anymore, right? But I'm just trying to say that even if you can get into cycling or do an activity, if you play a sport, it still is good. It still is. It helps with your self-confidence. You look. You keep yourself fit, let your body reflect your fitness, right? And then ultimately, that's also going to build up your self-confidence as well.
100%. They're saying a strong body, strong mind.
That's it. 100%.
Also, our last point I want to make about the gym is also our bodies. Remember, as in a religious point of view, we have to give our bodies back, right? Our bodies aren't permanent. As in, like,
so we have to have a 6-pack before we have to give our body back in a 6-pack.
No, man.
No.
I'm gonna struggle then,
bro. Like, our body, we've been gifted our body.
We've been gifted our bodies, and we need to look after it.
Yes.
We have to look after it. We have to return our body, and obviously, you want to return it at a state where you've actually looked after it. Innit? It's like having a car.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? If you're hiring a car, you obviously want to give the car back in a good condition, don't you? It's the same thing. Same thing applies.
It's like Airbnb, bro. Airbnb. But you book
or not, you get charged, yeah.
You get charged, bro.
You're gonna get charged, innit? There's gonna be penalty.
Okay.
So it's the same.
You
concept.
get a big belly, you get charged.
You get
bro.
a big belly, but I think,
You die younger.
bro, I ain't gonna lie, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. now at the moment, so not now, but I'm talking about back in the day when I had a lot of free time. Was regularly going to the gym, and at the same time, mate, I started to get a mindset. And whenever I saw someone large or anything like obese or whatever, I actually started to think to myself, how has this person even let themselves get to that stage? You know what I mean? It might be a very negative thought process that I used to portray. But the point is that basically that's the way the mindset goes, right? When you start going to gym, because you know it's not that difficult. Once you build that routine, it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
You know, you can't actually understand how people cannot do that. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's just really important, once you commit and you eat healthy as well. It's not just about gym. You have to eat healthy. Otherwise you're not going to be able to commit.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not going to commit until you start seeing results. Right? So the best way to see results is by making sacrifices from both aspects. Give up the wrong food. Give up the chocolates, give up the additional sugars and all that sort of stuff. Right? Focus on your gym, focus on your health, focus on your appearance even, right? And naturally you're just gonna feel a lot more confident, a lot better. And you know, you literally, mate, like even when you go to a shop, you don't need to worry about how that shirt's gonna look on you. You know, now, you know, the minute you put on a bit of weight and you don't go to the gym and all that sort of stuff, you're thinking 10 times, man, I don't know, hang on, wait, if I bend over here, if I do this, if I do that, okay, right, my love handle's showing. Do you know what I mean?
If you're in shape, everything
Everything looks good.
Yeah.
Everything looks good.
It's a confidence booster.
Yeah.
Imagine confidence booster. You're not as insecure. But again, I think the mistakes that people make is they want to jump in and just get instant results, or people.
Bro,
it's a lifelong commitment.
Bro, the funniest thing is, come January, the gyms are going to be packed.
Yeah.
For a month.
For the first
Not
month.
even for a month, like for a couple of weeks.
For a couple of
2,
weeks.
3 weeks.
That's it.
Yeah, it's true.
But
So
anyway.
respect yourself, man. Obviously, go to the gym, work out. Goes for both men and women this week, actually.
And it's not even about going to the gym. Like, say for example, there's so many people out there that maybe they've got anxiety, or the gym, they just don't feel comfortable. You know, if you've got a group of friends, arrange a social activity. Do, I don't know, badminton, or do, you know, tennis, or something that uses a bit of swimming. Swimming is so good.
Bro, go to the park.
Just go to a park.
Go to a park.
Yeah.
And if, as you said, social anxiety is definitely something, right?
Yeah.
You can make the sacrifice of doing it in early hours where the park is pretty much empty. No
There's
one's going to
always
see
a
you.
way.
No one's going to see you. Yeah, you can do it a little bit late, just before it gets dark.
Yeah.
100%. All right, guys. We've got a few more points that we're going to go through, but this is going to be the end of part 1.
Yes.
Stay tuned for part 2 coming out next week. We'll catch you guys in a bit.
See
Take care.
soon.
See you guys later.
Peace.